Welcome, Mr. Tony. We're asking what is React? What do you know as React?
Okay. React is a JavaScript library, and it is majorly used for front end to design the front end.
Thank you very much for that. Very correct. React is literally like one of the most popular and highly in demand, you know, skill in one of the most popular JavaScript framework.
Sorry, you said framework or library?
Framework. He said library, but framework. So as you can see, where is this? If I can see something from Stack Overflow. So whatever. Okay, now they are saying that number two is React.js. Oh, wow. Don't know who is the current number one, but React is literally one. Okay, they are saying Angular is number one now. React number two. Alright, it's fine, but React is one of the most popular JavaScript frameworks and most widely used. I think the free and open source, yes, and it's mainly used for our front end, right? So it kind of like combines, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, HTML, JavaScript. So you can embed HTML into a JavaScript code, and you can embed JavaScript into an HTML code, all with the help of React. And it literally makes our front end design and everything very, very easy. And some of the most popular platforms using React. What is the name of that? What's the name of that platform where people book rooms again? Yeah, Airbnb. So you see, Airbnb was built was built with JavaScript and React. And you see how all these things are being set here. Like let's take this case study, right? You see these squares, but each square is having unique content, but they are all the same pattern. So instead of you imagine wanting to write a code that will do these things, you creating multiple divs upon divs upon divs, and your code could be really, really, long. But React literally helps us, able to just handle these things more easier. Okay, so React is a JavaScript library. So whether library or framework, still the same thing, huh? The JavaScript library developed by Facebook for building user interface. It allows developers to create reusable UI components, which is literally what I just mentioned there. Look at this example. These are reusable UI elements here. Reusable UI elements. Right? Reusable UI, reusable UI components and efficiently manage the state of an application. React uses a virtual DOM, document object model, to update only the necessary parts of the actual DOM, resulting in improved performance and responsiveness. You see this thing here now, it's actually very, very important. Remember, we looked at DOM, right? None of us remember what we treated of DOM. So let's say I even give an assignment I don't even know whether it's because of the assignment that we didn't come to class again. So it's fine. So we are saying that React uses some sort of virtual DOM. You know one thing about DOM is that, like, take for instance, if call an ID, right? And I act, no, we've seen what DOM is, right? And we'll be looking, deeper into all that. So let's see how starting up React to be. To start using React, you need to set up a new project. The recommended way to create a React project is by using Create React App, a command line tool that sets up a new React project to configure the development environment. This is the app I'm trying to tell you about. Okay. But what we're going to be using, but what we'll be using is what we call code sandbox. Code box. How many of us are familiar with code sandbox? So, quick question. I believe, is there anyone here that doesn't have a GitHub account?
I have. It's long I've not signed.
Okay. Is there permit up there? Is there anyone here that doesn't have a GitHub account?
I have a GitHub account.
That's so it's safe to assume that everybody has a GitHub account. So what you're going to do now, go to your search and type code sandbox. On,
Search
on
on GitHub.
Google, no. On your laptop, just go to your Google search. Let's type code sandbox. I think it is code sandbox or yes. So this is we'll be using this for now. It literally helps us run React and watch our code being displayed to us live. Hmm? So code sandbox and just in case you don't have an account, please kindly create an account. And it's very easy to create an account. All you have to do is just click on sign in with GitHub. Ensure that your GitHub is signed in. Ensure that your GitHub is signed in with the same laptop. And just click sign in with GitHub. And you should have signed in. Please let's do that right away. Let's do that right away. And as soon as you are done, you just inform me so that we'll move ahead. It will not be bad if you guys join call and turn on your video. You don't have to be making me see your name instead of your face. Now we're in a class, so we're supposed to be seeing our faces. Are we done?
I'm still on it.
You can share your screen now so that others can see and I can guide you if need.
I'm authenticating it with GitHub. Almost done. Sorry, is it paid?
You choose the free plan. Choose the free plan. And say share your screen so that I can guide you. Share your screen so I can see what you are doing. I'm sure you don't go make a mistake.
I'm done, but I'll still share my screen nonetheless. I'm sharing screen now. I think I think you're sharing, so I can't share.
You can share now.
All right, can
Okay,
you see
so
my
you are
screen?
here already. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes, I'm here.
um I'm doing that others have done this before, back then. So we're moving on. So you just click on sign in with GitHub, click on the free plan. Okay, don't go and click on paid plan. No. Unless of course, you're a millionaire, you want to just pay for everything, you can. But the free plan already has what we will need, especially for learning this course. So like we've seen, React was, made and developed by Facebook, and so is React Native. Okay, yeah, I'm to share my screen. So
So
I'm
Facebook
going
was
to
created
be,
with React.
oh no, Facebook created React.
Okay.
So I'm going to be sharing a link. So if you are working on something, right, and you want people to have access to what you're working on, it's just very easy to do. All you have to do is all you have to do is just share the link, and people will have access to it. So I'm just going to do that now. I'll be dropping it in our chat. So I just dropped a link in the chat. Please kindly click on that link and tell me what you see. Once you click on that link, you will see something like this, to be initializing VS Code. So you see what Code Sandbox is. It's giving us VS Code on the web, right? And because there are some prerequisites and dependencies that has been, included in that, so you see your React will be installing those dependencies. And there are just mainly two dependencies, React DOM. And you see, and once you have this, kindly just let me know. Once you have this,
I'm still on it. Okay. Uh, I think I'm done.
can and Temi talk there. Are you guys part of this class at all? Eh? Are you sure you guys are part of this class?
Yes, sir. We are here, sir. Yeah, I'm here, rather.
I share your screen. I want to see this thing on
So
my screen. I want
I
to
I
see it
have
on
I have a question. If you're
Okay, go ahead, please. Go ahead with your question, please.
Please, how did you open this blank page? Like, how did you create the folder and the file?
I dropped a link in the chat and I said click on that link in the chat and you'll be redirected here. In that link, I have already embedded the dependencies that we need. So once you open
okay,
it, um, code sandbox is going to automatically install those dependencies. And you can see those
Oh,
dependencies on the bottom left corner here, React and React DOM, right? So this code is not really empty. What is empty is the index.js, okay? Now, if you under the public, if you see, I don't know if yours might be open, but if it's not open, just come to public,
is
like open
is
the
it possible
public.
to paste the link in the WhatsApp group? I'm connected to the meeting with my phone and doing the GitHub on my system.
Okay.
Or better still, don't worry. Or I will copy it.
I no problem. It's something you to Okay,
so
moving
I
on.
wanted to ask a question before.
Go ahead. I've been waiting for the question. I thought if you change your mind.
I know you were still talking. The the npx create React app and then the name of the file name. That command line method.
Uh,
I don't know. Is it the same thing with this?
it's not the same. If you want to install React with command line, it's still fine. But this is a what do they call this? This is this is me writing code live on the web. And as you can see, this side here is called preview. As we're writing our codes, we are going to be seeing it, you know, happen live here. If you don't want this, if you want it in a new window, you can just click here and it's going to send it to a new window like so. And then you can just take this back like this so that you can have enough space when you're writing code. So we are not looking at the command line yet. By using code sandbox
O-
like stated earlier.
Okay,
So this is
okay, okay.
just a snapshot.
It's all right. Thank you.
All right. So I believe we're all set, right? So we can keep fine. All right. So like I was saying, if you're if this is what you have like this, your index.js is under the source. That is where we find our JavaScript. But if you the only thing Our JavaScript is empty. If you slide open the public, you see style.css. Style.css is empty. Index.js is empty. But when you come to index.html, you see that we have our normal our boiler template, our HTML boiler template, right? It's already pre-installed, and this is the only thing in the code I gave to you. And I believe that this is something everyone here can do, right? This is not really a big deal. You bring your boiler template. The title here is React app, so that's why you're seeing the title here, React app. So let's test out something. Change this React app to JSX. Change it to JSX. Let's see what happens. Let me reload it. This thing likes doing that every time. Let's put it here in the book. Hmm. As you can see, our title has changed from React to JSX. So yeah, and you can see that in our body, we have our head. Inside our head, we have our external CSS embedded. We have our body, and then we have the div. In our body, we have our div, just one div called root, right? So, okay, and then we have our external JavaScript embedded here, source JavaScript. If you hold down Control and click, you'll be redirected here. So let's have uh thank God some people here have already started. Thank God some people here have already started React. So let's if we want to, we have some dependencies installed here, right? And the JavaScript, if we want to call these dependencies, what we'll normally do is, assigning them to a variable. You can decide to use let if you want. So we can say const. So, so we want to, you know, require those our dependencies in our code and use them. How do you do that? Is const. We can give a name, say React const React um, require const React require React. You see, as we're even writing our code, I've seen it run live in our preview section. It keeps crashing, it keeps throwing us error, trying to tell us that something is wrong. But once everything is all right, it will be all right. Okay, so sometimes you can just ignore what it's showing you because it runs your code live for you. So what's the next thing that we installed? React DOM. React DOM, right? So we can create another variable, call it React DOM require React DOM. So you see, by this we have literally our installed dependencies here. We have called them and we're ready to use them. So, remember in our index of HTML, the only thing in our body here is roots, right? So sing together with me. If I want to, if I want to, if I want to make, if I want to print hello world on this my React app, how do you think I'm going to be able to achieve that, guys? How do you think I'll be able to achieve that? No, remember our DOM. How do I tap into that and achieve that?
Require the div.
Huh?
I think you require the div from here. I don't
How
know.
do you, how do you mean I'll require the give this?
Uh, you have the div with ID root. So from here you I think you do yes. I think from here you do uh I don't know. This thing is a bit
So
complicated.
you have
I'm
to
really
wrote
not used to
something.
this. I've not used this.
Okay. What do we use to work on DOM in React? What
In React,
dependency? Yes, what dependency is responsible for handling DOM manipulation in React?
it should be React DOM now.
Exactly. Is React DOM. So if we want to do that, first thing we will do is we will put our React DOM, right? React DOM, and then we say render, meaning render means render now. Then we
Okay.
can, now that we've called the render, so imagine now we say React help us, one of the things, and we're looking at JSX, right? I didn't even do something. Let me do something. Let's say, what is JSX? What is JSX in React? Let's see what Google has to say to us. What is JSX in React? Okay, so I mean, we'll be looking at JSX and Babel. We're looking at these two terms today. So what is now we see that JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript that lets you write HTML like markup inside the JavaScript file. Although there are other ways to write components, most React developers prefer the conciseness of JSX, and most code base use it. So let's just use that. So we've seen that JXS is a syntax extension for JavaScript. So we're simply trying to say, just like we were saying in React, that it helps us. Where is what I was writing? It helps us write. It helps us write HTML inside JavaScript and JavaScript inside HTML without that long procedure. And of course, because you signed into your GitHub, if you want to make sure the project is yours, all you have to do is click on fork, and it's going to fork it to your GitHub account. Okay, you're going to fork it to your GitHub account. After now, I think it would be nice we all even follow follow each other on GitHub. So github.com, you can go on GitHub and follow me. Others, I'll drop my GitHub on the chat. Others, you can still drop your GitHub there so that everybody follows it. And hopefully, connection is very, very important. Hopefully, as we proceed into the end of the class, we will all still stay connected on LinkedIn and Twitter, right? So you see now, this is the method to render things on anything. So how do I render on my web page? It's still throwing me error. Like it's saying target container is not a DOM element. I've not mentioned any container yet. So what does render take? The render literally takes two things, and one of it is what do you want to display? Where do you want to display it? You see that it takes it's able to take in two commands like so. What do you want to display and where do you want to display it? So we can say we can say what do we want to display? We'll just say here, let's call our H1. H1, let's say hello world, H1. That's what we want to display, right? Now, where do we want to display it? Remember in our when we treated DOM in JavaScript, it's still the same syntax. If we want to access the ID here, what do we do? We say get element by ID, right?
Yes.
It's document, please, document dot get element by ID. And what do we want to get? What is the ID we want to get?
Root.
Root. Thank you so much. And now you see that what happens here? Okay. What happens here? So if we even come here and reload, you see, we have our hello world, right? So this is our normal ritual of starting anything new, right? Now, but in plain JavaScript, if I was trying to achieve this thing, you see what I have simply just done in just one line of code. If I want to achieve this kind of thing in JavaScript, what do you think I would have done? I would have done something like say, uh, let's say document dot get element by ID root dot create element. It's in a document that creates element. Why am I not seeing it? Element. I'm just trying to show something. Normally, in normal plain JavaScript, what would I have done? I would have done something like I should help me out. Okay. Let's say we might have created let's comment all this first. We might have created let's say H1, right? Let's say document dot create elements. Create element then H1. Right? That if we were using plain JavaScript, then we will not tap into the inner HTML of our JavaScript, right? We say H1 dot inner HTML. So what create element does is that it creates the element. So what it will do is that it will create H1 element, then enter the inner HTML of the H1 element and give it our text. Say hello world, hello world. Then we will now tap into from the root that normal way. We will now say document dot get element by ID root. Then we will now call another method append child. Append child simply means I believe we did our DOM assignments. Because if you went deeper into DOM, you realize many other of these elements. We looked at query selector. There's also query selector on. There's get element by ID. There's get elements by tag. There are just multiple ways. So what appends child means is that it adds this child here. You see, by this now, what happens? This is what exactly I needed to do just to print hello world. Literally 3 lines of code, right? But in my React, with just 1 line of code, I have gotten that same thing done, right? All I did is React DOM.render. So there may be other ways you may decide to go about it printing hello world, but it's literally going to be, much more, right? So this is just an example of one of the reasons why React is literally taking over, right? And you can see how easily it just makes our code sing all through the help of JSX. What JSX does, like we've seen and tried. So have we tried this out, guys? Have we tried this?
Still on it.
No, sir.
Said try this out. Let's be on the same page before we before we start running, right? So we are
Oh,
saying
my
that
system actually
JSX
hung, so
rerunning while.
So I
So
have a
that
question.
okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. While using the React to render stuff on the page, so the syntax is uh, how this the way you did this H1 passing in hello world and then command document dot get element by ID, targeting the ID you want to insert the system you want to render into. Is it?
I didn't get the question, sir.
I don't even know how to ask this question again. The the syntax you use, like this syntax here I'm seeing, React DOM dot render,
Yes.
which seems to me like a method. So what I'm saying is that this is the syntax for, I mean, the syntax for rendering something on the DOM or using
Yes.
DOM on the page, right? On in React.
Yes, yes, in React, yes. React DOM is
Okay,
responsible for
what you want to display. Okay, okay, go on.
React DOM is responsible for handling DOM manipulations in JavaScript. And because we have to manipulate DOM, like we want to tap into the root and append the child to that root in the name of hello world, right? So that is why we have to use React DOM. And as you can see, try this using our one line code in React, using our three-line code in plain JavaScript. And you can see that it literally does the same, they do the same thing. Like you can see, we have hello world printed twice on our screen here. We have hello
Yes,
world
yes,
printed, we have hello world printed twice on our screen.
yes, I can see it.
So that's simply what we're trying to talk about. Now, I want us to try something. I want you to try and write a code that would not just print only a H1, but would also print a paragraph under. This is my first day in React. This is my first day in React.js. So try it out, guys. This is my first day in React.js. Let the paragraph be under the hello world saying this is my first day in React.js. Try it out and let's do that in the next 5 minutes or less, please.
This is supposed to still be inside the same root div, abi?
I'll show you how to run React. So just try. Yes, you're tapping into the same root. You're not touching your HTML. Don't touch your HTML. We're doing JSX DOM here. We're going to be, working on all that from our JavaScript.
You said this is my first React class. Yeah.
Yes, just a paragraph that says this is my first React class.
Okay.
hello, sir.
I don't know.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I said my system came back, so I be able to sign in to the code sign box in my GitHub, but I've actually lost because I can't seem to put the code.
So go through the chat
I don't
here. Click
know.
on the link. Click on the link in the chat.
I've
Let
clicked on the link. I've clicked
okay.
on the link you dropped on, but actually showing the index.js, but I can't impute anything there.
Share your screen. Let's see.
Okay.
Others are trying what I gave to them. Kizzy and Temiko. All right. Share your screen. Smart boss. See what you're talking about.
My own, I think it overwrote the H1 tag, oh, the H1 element.
Don't take away the H1. The H1 must be there.
Ah, okay.
My system actually hang. I don't really know what's wrong.
Isn't this a system? I thought you said you want to do it for phone.
So I just click on the link to open the code sign box. So now this is what it's showing. I click on the index.jx. So this is just
Not,
where I
nothing is on. Yes, nothing is on index.js. Are you sure you have been in this class? We are the ones that have been
have been
writing. We are the ones that wrote what is inside index.js. Said the only
yeah.
place that you have something is on index.html. So go to public there. Click on the drop down of public. Click on the public now.
Not responding.
So if
Not
the
responding.
public opens, you are going to see you are going to see index.html and style.css. Style.css is the empty sheet, but it is index.html. The only thing in index.html is just the HTML boiler template. That is the only thing there. The HTML boiler template and
Okay, this is the HTML index.html and styles.css.
HTML boiler template. So what we are doing, we are trying to do the DOM that we did in JavaScript, when we're treating JavaScript. So we are going
Okay.
to be using your JavaScript on React JavaScript, right? To manipulate
Okay.
what our boiler template, our HTML boiler template is. That is simply what we said it should do. So there is nothing on index.html. We are the one that We are the one that
I
need
now
to
understand.
understand. So do that.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
So I've helped you to stop sharing your screen. So who is done with the little exercise I said you should do? Just add an extra paragraph to the H1 tag. Have we done that?
Just paragraph.
Yeah, an extra paragraph now. Let's see an
Uh,
H1 on the
maybe
yeah,
that's why my
just
dictation
add.
was displaying Kiniko.
So,
Very
well,
good, very good.
the thing is, if you try to add a paragraph, let's say my first day in React, yes, it's not going to work actually. It's not going to work. And who knows why it's not to work. So it won't work simply because we are using render. What render does, render only renders one HTML element or any grammar you want to speak. So when we are adding more than one, it's going to crash the code because you have confused it. But now, how do you think we will be able to bypass that?
Render all.
Eh, so no other ideas. Someone is saying we should use render. No, we don't use anything like render. So it didn't work now, so it's trash. So who has any other idea? All right. Those of us that says we are front end, how do we create divisions in our in our code base? How do we create divisions on our development? How do we do that on HTML?
New line.
You
Is it? Is that what you mean by division?
know, new line. I didn't say new line. Set division. Okay, cool. So that is why you're seeing this thing. You would always see this thing, right? We use div to create blocks. So blocks of codes or whatever. So inside a div, let's say you
Okay,
can create
okay,
a
okay,
div. You
okay.
can create a div, say, just like back then, we can create it to say navbar. And what code base that will be inside there is everything that will be in our navbar. You create another div for footer, creating those divisions. So that is simply what we can do if because render only identifies one HTML element. So and you know that anything you put inside a div becomes like inseparable with div, right? Like right or something like that. So if we wrap all this now inside a div, say we hit our enter, wrap all this inside. Why is this still crashing? I was just supposed to crash.
What's, what's going on here?
It's not supposed to crash. Okay, is that your render or you made me go and put here? I did not remove. See the problem you are causing. Now, do you see
No,
this?
no,
So,
I'm
because of,
I'm
yeah,
I-
you're saying
I'm sure
something.
I don't know. My this thing disappeared. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. So, you see that since we used that D, now our render, like I said, identifies only one. And div already is like a definition of block code. So, everything that is already wrapped inside that div is going to display it. It's going to take that div as one. So you see, that's why we have programmers, right? We think out ways to bypass certain obstacles and challenges, right? So
So then talk.
that's what I'm talking about. No. I want to
Please
give us
stay with me here. Let me. I was struggling with my display. Let me catch
okay,
it.
okay. So let's hurry up
Okay.
because I want us to
Yes.
try out. I want us to try out something a little bit more advanced.
Ah, boss, calm down. Okay. The wait. Okay.
Ah, God, when?
Please, I have a question. I'm struggling with this. I mean,
Start
I'm
that from
struggling a
here.
little bit. All right, with this because there was something I told you before now. I when I was learning React, all right, it was all these components stuff, download React dependencies with create
Can
React
you
app
come
and all this.
again? Can you come again? I got okay, come again, please. What is
Okay, can you hear me now?
yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir, thank you. I said I'm actually struggling to pick up a couple of things because
You
when
are
I
struggling to what? Struggling to what?
you hear me,
Yes, I can hear you. Just take it easy, don't rush. You are struggling to
I said I'm struggling to grasp a couple of things here. All right.
repair.
Yes. Yes. The I'm used to components. Okay, I think I've done it now. I'm used to components in React. You understand? So you know normally when you have app.js and then you can manipulate it and then export and import different components that you've created. You understand? So I'm kind of finding it, you know, when two ideas, maybe you're trying to explain the same thing in different ways and the whole thing is conflicting on your head. That's just how I
No,
was feeling. That's why I asked you that
as you
question
as
initially.
you go on, as you go on, you're going to have the better understanding as you go on. All right, so let's just quickly look at, we spoke about Babel, right? We spoke about Babel. Now, what is Babel? What is what is Babel? What Babel does, um, these things that we are writing is actually you can call this an unusual JavaScript, right? You know this is JavaScript code, right? But it's an uncommon JavaScript code. I've shown you what a normal JavaScript looks like. Can my people hear me?
Yes, yes.
Now,
We are
it
hearing you,
is,
sir.
it is, it is that thing that makes our JavaScript able to understand and run this our our JavaScript compiler, even our browser able to understand and run this unusual JavaScript code for our writing. That is where our order here comes in, called Babel. And the first definition we're seeing on Google here, it says Babel is a powerful JavaScript compiler that has become an indispensable tool for developers, especially those building React applications. At its core, Babel's primary function is to transform cutting-edge JavaScript code into versions of JavaScript that can be interpreted by older browsers. Checking now. So what Babel is that compiler that is able to translate this super advanced JavaScript code that we are writing into into something that browsers can understand. And if you go to their website here, Babel.js.I, you're seeing this live, right? You're seeing this instance live. It's giving you an example now. Like, so any kind of JavaScript, currently they say like JSX, that's what still using JavaScript. It's in 2022 and 2015. So from JavaScript 2015 and above, every new JavaScript syntax coming up, Babel helps to Babel helps to translate translate it to something that older browsers that does not understand that syntax would Babel helps to translate it to what they can understand. Like it compiles the code and brings it down to the level of that older browser. Okay, so that simply means even good old uh, Internet Explorer, if somebody still has it, with the help of Babel, normally Internet Explorer wouldn't be able to handle the hack. But with the help of Babel, that person would actually run and enjoy JavaScript codes very well, right? So, and this is, literally seeing examples here being displayed on live here. It's saying, like, if you put in next generation JavaScript, you say, let your turn. Okay, this one is normal now. Let it show next code. Let us see. Let me reload this page. So element.index. Okay, the older browser will understand it. So styles, defaults, color. Okay, older browsers will understand this too. So it's just trying to give you a breakdown of how it does it, breaking it down. So let us test something out. Let us paste. You can actually decide to paste your own code here. You can paste it here. It's going to give you. Let's try something out. Let's paste our JavaScript here. Let's paste it into the Babel. Let's see how it does that. You see what it does to it? Our cons React does that. Now React DOM.render. So if you want this to work on normal JavaScript, see what you have to do. You have to, okay, this is telling me that this is pure JavaScript. It's telling me that. So what you have to do, remember we gave an instance about this, right? You remember, we said create elements. So it is going to create elements. It is going to create elements, right? B. Create another element, H1. So you see how Babel is breaking it down for the older browsers to understand, right? And you get element by ID root and all that. So that's literally how that works, right? And with this, we can now even move and proceed forward, right? Because we are talking about, React is more like a little bit, JavaScript keeps advancing. Normally, this is how we require dependencies that we want to use. Even when you're running backend with Node.js or whatever, you just require them like this. But now there's a new syntax that is just easier for this. It's from ES6, that is JavaScript 6, ECMAScript 6 and above. it is import. So maybe um first chicken derivative is all you're talking about. So you just simply do import React from
from React.
React. So this literally does the same thing, right? This is more like a recent way of doing this. So
So
there's this
you
new
took us back to yet.
no you you want to start driving automatic without having little insight of manual.
But check
You
out now,
know,
this one soft now.
I know. I'm just trying because sometimes you may get faced with this thing. Shay, give you guys an assignment on DOM, right? I did not just start talking about DOM.
Yeah.
I did not just start talking about React. I had to ensure we first of all went through JavaScript so that we see how these things work, right? And we looked at DOM in JavaScript. Now we're looking at DOM in React, seeing how a little bit different it is. And we still wrote codes to compare and contrast. We showed how to display hello world of plain JavaScript. We have to create a variable for this is actually normal JavaScript, but this is the upgraded one. You can decide to do React DOM. Okay, no, this is not use DOM from React DOM. And this still works just fine. It still does the same thing. So let's paste this here now. Let's see what it happens. Now you see what we're talking about. What we just did now, you see how Babel has broken it down for older browsers, even using that file that we said has been discontinued since 2015, right? So you see that it has created React, and then you see that Babel help us because Babel help us dot in require default, require React. So you see how maybe if you're going to use through the Babel help us to find what would make React run that older browser and run it. So this is something that Babel does. And is literally also so that's simply how Babel does its magic, our React code in our browser. Maybe can even have like this, right? So that's for JSX and Babel. Now let's give us one assignment to try this. So I want you to do um so import React, import React, create H1 tag, create an unordered list, unordered, unordered, order, un, unordered list, create an unordered list and list three items and list any three items. So, all right, so let's try this out.
We are rendering it on the same root div.
Yes, now normal levels, normal levels.
Boss, calm down.
Let's try it. Should I give 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
The H1 tag, is it
Sorry, now
supposed to
this
have the H1 tag?
the H1 tag, what happened to it?
Are you expecting something to be inside? Since we have a
I don't
UL
know, maybe
as
it
well.
can be the title of your UL now. You can
Oh,
use it
okay.
as a title of what you are listing.
Yeah. Good item. Um,
Can be upskill. Small one. Yeah. Okay. But Lagos. Cover letter. Cover letter, they don't talk CV. Mm. Okay, different page. So on my old one. It's what they did. Cover letter. Yeah, okay, see. You the funny thing. Come on. You be just me. You never want to see this kind of video. Then go be waste your time. Go be talk. It's not about in just 2 minutes, in just 2 minutes, and just be mix up. You miss your clients. Exactly. This time. You know be April, March, maybe.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Mind you of my start. Ah, what's the matter now? Are you guys not done?
I said I've been done since.
Huh?
I finished since. I think your mic, you didn't hear me.
Charles, you did not mention anything. I'm waiting for you guys now.
I
I
said
share
stood
your
out.
screen. Really?
Okay, sir.
Did anybody hear him say he's through? Let me talk back. Edikan, did
Please,
you hear Kejin say he's through?
I'm sharing my screen now. I don't know if you can see me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so
Okay,
this is it.
okay, this is right. Bravo, bravo. You can still share your screen. Edikan, where is your own? Let me talk back. Where is your own?
I'm still going with my own. I'm still battling with my phone.
You can battle with Edikan. You can battle Edikan. You can battle Edikan. I say no, Ria. Let me
Now
talk back.
relax the battle.
Let me talk back.
But the problem I'm having is that I'll be typing like let's say in Hot React, it will just show me a plain white text instead of like the kind of variable instead of it to show maybe like the import maybe changing the color to be it will just show me
Can you
plain
share your
white
screen? Let me see what
on.
you're talking about.
Let me- I think it's my internet connection.
I never talk anything. Yes, yes. I just did wait for her. Mr. Timmy, what's happening, fam? What's happening?
Hello, good morning, sir. Then can you hear me?
I want to see your code now, my order. I want to see your code.
Okay. I wasn't really online when you asked us to do something, but can you just reiterate the question?
Chikeze, please reiterate the question. Oh.
Okay. He said, okay, that's the question then.
No, just speak the English for him. He may not understand just saying it.
Okay, he wants us to create a React app from scratch. And then inside it, we should have the React app should display a H1 tag.
Okay.
That inside the H1 should probably have any title of your choice. Maybe just name it good items, for example.
Okay.
And then inside the same listing, you pass in an unordered list of food items or
Okay.
whatever items you decide. Yes, that's basically it.
That's all. All right.
all. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
You saw a mail? What happened to your mail?
no, I said so. I'm going to be. Please take a screenshot of this now. Have you guys taken a screenshot of this? This one that only one person is following the class. Let me know go and start hit. Our president say day one hit the ground running. Day two continue running. Day three don't rest. So let me know I have hit the ground running. Let me know I have hit the ground running and continue running. Let me know go and enter don't rest before tomorrow. You don't see anybody. So let me have you taken a snapshot of this now? This assignment here. I want to edit
Yes,
this
sir.
thing here now. I want it to be uh there's something I even wanted to talk about. Okay. Okay. I wanted us to do, something about how say we want to like pass in variables inside. Okay, let's just do that. Let me just give that as a try now and an assignment that will submit tomorrow. So create a React app from scratch. It should display it should display two paragraph HTML element. The paragraph is included by your name, copyright, current year, e.g. So this is assignment one. No, no, let this be assignment assignment. Okay, it can be assignment one. Then assignment two. Uh, create a React app that displays that displays.
Okay, I'm done with it, but it's showing that I can't share screen while you are sharing screen.
Okay, no, I'll look at it shortly. Digital
All right, thank
marketing.
you.
Digital marketing is threatening us already. Said we should round up. Okay, so create a React app that displays, create a React app that, create a React, that displays and, that displays,
Ah, wow. Random number.
so this is just the simple stuff we'll be working on. Let me still go and drop it in the group before, to avoid whining. So yeah, let me stop sharing. So let's see what you said you've done. Are you sharing already, Temitope? Okay, okay. Favorite movie. Okay, wow, bravo, bravo. I love this. Well done, well
Yes. Oh, be sharing now.
done. Is it you feel intimidated, Abi? The smart boss. Smart boss, I don't
Yes, I'm
understand
sharing.
you. You're not living up to your name. Please, ask for account details and send money. Let's do that.